Hey guys, I'm MG, and today I'll be looking at Toy Story 2, which is a 1999 American animated adventure comedy film that is about Buzz and friends saving Woody after being stolen by a greedy collector, which was also directed by returning director John Lasseter and written by a lot of people. However, why don't we stop being sold and start reviewing right now? A lot of people see this as equal or even superior to the original, but for me, it's slightly worse. And the main reason why that is because it's just not as funny as the first film. A lot of the original's laughs came from Woody and Buzz, who also had a few meme-like moments. While this one is still funny, especially with all the shenanigans from Buzz and friends, but none of the humor is really like a meme, except for the bloopers, they're funny as script. And I'm not saying that the other bits should be like a meme, but it does make the funny moments work less comedically than the first one, since it feels like there's a little less energy in the comedy for me. Another issue with this movie is that it only has 2 new songs. Now, they're really great. Woody's Roundup was entertaining, and When She Loved Me was really sad, but I wish that there were 1 or 2 new songs, maybe one in a picture montage, as it does feel a bit short, with where they could have made a song out of it. At least they sing You've Got a Friend in Me again, which was even more fun than before, thanks to Randy Newman's new compositions, which all work really nicely into the film. And the side characters don't really add anything, but they're fun to have around, so it's not a big deal that they're a little pointless. But everything else was really well executed, with the writing being immensely tight, which manages to shift its tone from a serious theme about abandonment in Woody's storyline to a fun adventure in Buzz's storyline. Woody and Buzz are just as compelling as ever, who both still retain that strong bond from the original, and both Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are still very energetic in their voice acting. All of the old side characters were still incredibly funny, and they have a lot of comedic bits that were quite amusing, especially with Mr. Potato Head and all of his line deliveries. And the new characters were really endearing as well. Jessie was quite entertaining, and her having a sad life after losing her owner was really powerful, with Joan Cusack being very riveting and heartfelt in her voice performance. Bullseye was incredibly adorable, and Stinky Pete was a decent villain, who was smart and menacing enough, with a natural performance from Kelsey Grammer, who is very good at transitioning his character from acting like a good guy to a bad guy. And Al was really delightful to watch as well, with Wayne Knight being a perfect actor to play this really hilarious character. Zurg was a great minor villain that was threatening, and he had a really good fight with Ultra Buzz Lightyear. Plus, the way he was defeated was really funny, with a nice Star Wars reference as well. The action was really exciting all the way through, with the climax being my favourite due to its very fast energy. And it's really nice how the film expands on a world, with it giving us new locations, like the toy store, the airport, and others. I like all of the space stuff in Buzz's storyline, which frankly doesn't need to be there, but it was still enjoyable. And having another Buzz act like a space ranger was really delightful, as it was one of the most pleasant parts from the original. The animation isn't much better than before, but it still looks really solid, and has aged well enough after 25 years. So overall, I don't quite see this film to be as good as the original, due to the humor being less energetic for me, but it was still a really worthwhile sequel, and it's honestly shocking how a film, with a really troubled production, managed to be this good, and I would recommend everyone to watch it if they loved the original. 8.9 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye!